let's use the same example to go over how to do split and joining. So let's go ahead and say words is equal to, so this is section 6.9 in your textbook, splitting and joining strings, text dot split is, and let's say we want to split, just give it no arguments right now, and let's see what the what words ends up being. Print words. This is my apple and I love it very much. Now let's put a /n over here. What is /n? Remember, that is a new line character. So this is my apple and I love it very much. So what text split does is that, let's see if it will come up and tell us. No, it doesn't really tell us for some reason. Text dot split, what that will do is that will basically break it apart on something called a delimiter, which basically says this is a character of some kind that I want to use to say this is not text I care about, other than that it's what I'm going to use to separate pieces of the text apart. So, for instance, if I do text.split, this is going to split this is my apple and I love it very much apart over the white space. So here it splits it. Notice it got rid of all the spaces in our output over here. So what this text.split does is that it takes a string, right? If you use split on a string, it will split it up as you ask into a list of other strings. So notice this went from one string to a list of strings. Now typically you split it across spaces. We could split it across anything though. For instance, I. Notice it was the lowercase I. So we've got everything before the first I, then everything after, and then everything up to the other I, and then everything after that. So the most common use that I see this, if you're not using this, is when we're dealing with, when we're dealing with this over here. We're dealing with comma separated values. And then you ask things to be split by commas. So that's what split does. So now the inverse, now this does have an inverse. And the inverse is always something I just like had to glance over there because it's pretty unique to Python. Which is that saying, hey, given some glue. So let's go over here, split. We're going to split these words apart. And then we can say, given some glue. Say my glue is the new line. I'm going to take the glue and glue all the things together. What we do is we use what's called the join operation. So use this glue to join the words together. So we're going to say, hey, join this list of words together. Okay, and now let's go ahead and say result is equal to this. Print result. So, oh, right. Forgot to remove the commas over here. So it splits it up into this is my apple and I love it very much, each word by itself. And then I've glued it together in one big string. This is actually one string, okay? And we're printing it out. It's glued them together with the new line operator. Let's see what happens if I glue them together with the exclamation point, right? Use this glue to join the words together. This is my glued together with this, but it's actually a good thing. This is my apple, and I love it very much. Okay. So you can make that glue as advanced as you really need it to be. But if we were just using space, it would glue everything together with a space using the join operation. So, and typically we don't bother making a variable. Typically you'll see it confusingly like this. Use this string to glue every, or to join all the words together. To join this list together. Result. Right, just boom. That's the join operator. It's really cool. It's useful to know about. It's a lot of. It's nice to have, definitely.